Good morning, Dr. Kokre sir, for kind introduction. Good morning to all participants and the research person. At the outset, let me thank organizers, head of department, Dr. Kokre sir, Dr. Pingre sir, and organizing committee members of this national webinar for giving me an opportunity to participate in this particular webinar. It is indeed a pleasure to share ongoing research activity on novel approaches of nanofabrication at Functional Research Laboratory at School of Physical Sciences, Punyashlok L. Devaratkar, Solapur University, Solapur. During my talk, I will explore fundamentals of nanoscience and nanotechnology, as well as the approaches of the nanofabrication techniques. Generally, there are two approaches usually used to fabricate or develop the various nanostructures or the nanomaterial. That is, one is by using the physical process and other is by using the chemical processes. Before we go into the in the nanotechnology. Now we see here there is how the famous go wrong. In 1901, Wilbert Wright predicted that human will not fly for another 50 years. But what is the present scenario? Everyone is flying. Similar fashion, in 1943, he predicted that I envision a world market of about 5 computers. But what is the present fact? That is, the market is full of the computer. That is, various models are there, various bands are there, different size of the memories are there. Means that the market is of full of the market, full of the computers. In 1977, Nick Olson, what he said that no one need to have a personal computer at home. Now everybody having laptops, tablet, then now smartphones we are using. This is these famous be wrong at that time. Recently in 1981, Bill Gates, what he predicted that the 640 kilobyte memory is enough for everyone. But you have that is everybody now using a smartphones. These 64 kilobyte or 128 kilobyte gigabyte memory is not sufficient today. Means some famous go wrong, and in this scenario the scientist Neil Bohr said that the prediction is very difficult, especially about the future. That is, anything is possible, and this is possible in the advent of the technology, and this is done with the help of the nanotechnology. The first introduction of the nanotechnology, or the word nano, is invented by the scientist Feynman, and he said that there is a plenty of rooms at the bottom, and gives the name of a meaning of the each word of a nano, that is N for the novel, A for the approaches, and N for the new, and O for the opportunities. Now we mean, for example, that is means the nano technology or nanostructures gives the novel structures as well as new devices. For example, just see, observe the nature. So everyone in the nature will get a nanotechnology. You see in the site, boys with the help of the stick makes wrinkles, okay, so on the water. So this is also one kind of a nanostructure. Just see in the insect is a nanostructure of the iron atom. It is a basically coral structure, and its diameter is a 40 nanometer. I mean, that is, a P atom has a 1 nanometer, or we say that 10 angstrom size. Means in the nature or in the universe, there is a nanotechnology in ancient days, but due to the we say that lack of the knowledge or delay in the nanotechnology, it is not possible at that time to view the nanotechnology. Now just see, you compare this nanotechnology, that is man-made as well as the natural nanotechnology. See, this is a lotus flower. Okay, and lotus on the lotus flower to show the how nanotechnology. This is the water droplet on the leaf of the lotus flower, and it shows the super hydrophobic structure. That is, it's a micro plus nano structure called as the waxy surface. That is, waxy surface means a super hydrophobic structures. Okay, so these are the two SEM scanning electron microscope structure of the lotus flower. Okay, so just see the 20 nano micrometer is the size, means it is in the nano size. The main thing is that the basically there are two types of these surfaces. One is called a super hydrophobic and another is called as a super hydrophilic. So this flower, it is this lotus flower is a super hydrophobic structure, means its contact angle, we can say the theta, it is a greater than or it is in the range of 150 degree to 180 degree. Then we can say that it's a super hydrophobic or called as a waxy surface. And what is the super hydrophilic? That if a contact angle, that is the theta, okay. So it is theta, it is a less than 5 degree, you can say that super hydrophilic. Means the nanostructures having a both kind of a structure, that it may be a super hydrophobic structures or maybe a super hydrophilic in nature. Just see another show of a nanostructure. It's a water strider. So these are the legs of the nanostructure. These are the legs of the water strider. And just see, so these are the nanostructures observed by using the field emission scanning electron microscope. There is a high resolution microscope. And just see, it is like a leg of a water strider. This is a one strider. We can compare the natural and the man-made nanostructures. Now another example is a mosquito. This is the African mosquito. Just see, these are legs, and the similar kind of the structure one can get with the advent of the nanotechnology by using the transmission electron microscope or by using the scanning electron microscope. Means these are the nanostructures of a materials, not of that. So this is another example of a nanostructure, that is comparison of a natural and the material nanostructures. So this is the lizard and it fits of lizard, means this is a nanostructure like a feet of a lizard, and it is diameter, it is below 100 nanometer, and these are also the observed through the field emission scanning electron microscope. Now you compare again the ancient nanotechnology. This is lotus flowers. Okay, these are the DNAs. That is on the these are photographic plates, catalysis, tinted glasses. So basically, it's a natural and we say that the man-made nanotechnology. So basically, in the 19th century, actually, there is the advent of the nanotechnology in Faraday in 1857. So he already shown the some materials or some liquids having nanostructures. But at that time, there is no advent of the technology or there is no any equipment available. So that is not possible to view the nanostructure. But nowadays it is possible. This is one example. There is natural word of nanostructures. For example, the DNA structure, RNA structure. Okay, it's the cellular structures. Then there are various kinds of the human body structures. So in that the cells basically they are in the nano range, and these are the second one. It is the roadmap. We can say that is 0.1 nanometer. Just see the size, 0.1 nanometer or 1 nanometer size of a cell, and this is the single silicon transistor. It's the advent of the various silicon technology. MEMS there, NEMS there. So all these are the manufactured by the man, and this is advent of the nanotechnology. Now, what is the nanotechnology basically? The nanotechnology means it is the creation of a functional materials. Now, what is functional material? That is one material. It plays various energy storage. You can use as a sensor, or you can use in a solar cell like that. So this is the creation of functional materials or device and system through the control of the nanoscales. Means generally the material having a size of 100 nanometer. So you have to control the material in the size of 1 to 100 nanometer, and you have to means if you can control this, you can get exciting properties that is called as the novel properties and the phenomena at a or length scale. This is simply a nano technology. Means with the help of nanotechnology, you can create a different materials of a different site having a different applications. This is a nanotechnology. Then why nanomaterials? What is the need of the nanomaterial? Important thing is that the nanomaterials, these are basically size dependent physico-chemical properties. Basically different materials having a different range of different ranges with different properties. There is one material, if it is in the bulk form, it has a different physical properties or chemical properties. In a nano, if it is a nano, then its physical and chemical properties are different without changing the chemical composition. Means if your material is bulk, if it is a nano, the chemical composition is not changed. Only the at the nanoscale, the electrical, optical, magnetic, all these properties basically they are changed. Okay, so this is the nanomaterials. Another important aspect of the nanomaterial is large surface to volume ratio. For example, in 1 by 1 meter in the bulk, we say that there are 100 balls. If you will say the nanomaterials, so in 1 meter by 1 meter area, so more than 1 lakh balls one can arrange. So this is basically assembly of a nanomaterial or simple meaning of the nanomaterial. Means surface to volume ratio of the nanomaterial is high. Due to that, one can get the advantage effect of the material. Now, why was delay in the nanomaterial? No doubt in the ancient time, there is no any equipment is available to analyze or to manipulate or to see the nanomaterials. Already there is a nanomaterials are there or nanostructure there. But at that time, the technique is not available. Nowadays, the techniques are available so that one can distinguish that is nano structures. This is basically simply the how one can define or how can compare the meter, millimeter, and micron is well known to us. Generally, the nanometer is 1,000 of a micron, that is 10 to minus 9 meter, or it is a 1 billion of a meter or 1 billion meter in a meter. So this is generalized definition or the word of nanomaterial. Now, basically there are 4 kinds of the nanomaterials. One is called a zero dimension. It is called as a quantum structures. Second is a one dimensional, that is the nano wires. 2-dimensional thick and thin films, and 3-dimensional, that is bulk nanostructures. Now just see what is actually the zero dimension of the quantum structures. So for example, in a zero dimension, length, breadth, parameters, they are confined at a single point. Okay, such a nanostructures or nanomaterials are called as zero dimension. And what is one dimensional nanomaterials or nanostructures? So in that case, in any one parameter, it may be length, it may be breadth, or it may be height. So it has only one parameter, maybe length, breadth, or height. And 2-dimension, length or breadth, it has only length and breadth. And 3-dimensional, it has all 3 parameters, that is length, breadth, and height. According to this, we can classify them as the 0-dimensional, 1-dimensional, 2-dimensional, and the 3-dimensional nanostructures. Now, what are the forms of the materials? Basically, they are in the form of the powder, that is called as the single particles. Now they are in the form of the colloids, that is in the liquids, and they may be in the form of the thin films, multi-layers, nanowires, nanorods, nanotubes, and the metals, semiconductors, and the instruments. So these are various forms of the nanomaterials. Now, there are 2 approaches of the nanotechnology. One is called as a top-down approach, and another is called as a bottom-up approach. So just see the bottom-up approach. Bottom-up approach is very simple approach. So in the bottom-up approach, one can devise a structure systematically, that is assembling the atoms or molecules or other units of a matter. And in case of, it is a very simple way. So later we'll discuss, later I will show you why the bottom approach is very simple, and now it is used for the fabrication of a nano. It is also low cost. Then top-up approach is a complicated. Just see the picture. So from the picture it is seen that it is a complicated one. That is fabrication of device using a monolithic structure. Now what is a monolithic? It's like a single stone. It is a single stone, and it requires sophisticated equipments to grow the nanomaterials by using this top-down approaches. Now, basically, there are two fabrication techniques of the nanometers of the nanostructure. So one can fabricate by using the chemical processes, and another process is the physical process. So in both processes, there are the the simple, that is the, we said that the bottom-up approach, another is a top-down approach. So the, just see, top-down approach is no doubt it is a complicated one. It is a chemical etching. It is a top-down approach. So for chemically etching, it needs etching solution. Then it needs some patterning, that is atomic force microscope is required for that. It is costlier one. But see the bottom-up approach of a chemical process, the soil gel method, hydrothermal, chemical bar deposition, electric deposition, and spray process. These are very simple methods. And in your laboratory, you can grow the various nanostructures or the nanomaterials by using these bottom approaches of a chemical processes. Now just see the physical processes. There, in that also there is a top-down approach and the bottom-up approach. Lithography and ball milling. So ball milling, it is a close microscope, the pen or stylus is there, and you have to apply the force on the cantilever, and required pattern is designed with the help of the lithography. So it is a monolithic. On a single stone, you can draw a desired pattern, okay, by using a lithography. So it is a complicated one because atomic force microscope cost is around 2 to 3 CR. So it is costlier, so that it is complicated one also. But other side you see, that is the bottom-up approaches in a physical processes, that is physical vapor deposition, that thermal evaporation is there. Okay, so its cost is 5 lakh only. Chemical vapor deposition. You can fabricate chemical deposition as well as the vapor deposition at your lab. You have to maintain a vacuum and you have to maintain a pressure, temperature, so that you will get the various kinds of the nanostructure by using the physical as well as the chemical. First laser deposition, molecular beam epitaxy, and sputting. So all these are the bottom-up approaches of the physical processes. Now just see, so there are two ways to fabricate a nanometers or nanostructures. So this is the complicated one. So this is the molecular beam epitaxy. And this is the simple in the laboratory. What is this? This is simply a flask. Okay, some thermometer is there. Okay, and it's the reaction. So see, it is simple. Within 30 minutes, you will get the same nanostructure obtained with the help of the complicated one. For example, so zinc oxide is well-known nanomaterial. So it is fabricated by using the molecular beam epitaxy. And as well as you know that by using chemical bar deposition, you can prepare a zinc oxide nanostructure. Means choice depends upon money and expertise available. So if you have money, you go for the complicated one, and so you need also the expertise one. So this is the one disadvantage